Stian Flat 9 asked, is transcribing for all eternity truly the best way to learn vocabulary for everyone? I think if you're this unattracted to transcribing right now, your brain is thirsting for a different sort of knowledge that it probably needs. And maybe a couple months down the road, maybe even years, you're going to find yourself connecting a lot of dots that brings you right back to transcription. I truly believe that transcribing is so important that you're always going to come back to it eventually, even if you're uninterested in it right now. But that needs to happen naturally. No one gets good at this music without replicating a lot of what happened in the past. To me, a transcription is like reading a novel. Patrick Bartley calls it a super vitamin. It addresses so many things at once. But if you're that unattracted to transcribing right now, explore all the other options. There's nothing wrong with it. This is your journey. And I think it's good to keep following that pursuit of what's telling you maybe you should be doing something else. Maybe you should be doing some technique stuff. Maybe you should be really nailing some sound stuff. For me, I just kind of have faith. Whenever I practice jazz, I try to address 5 things in my practice sessions. Sound-based stuff, technique or scale-based stuff, 12-key pattern-based stuff, transcription-based stuff, and repertoire-based stuff, learning tunes, memorizing changes. And sometimes 6, sight reading, because at this school they got me sight reading like crazy. Now, I'd be lying if I said I get to it every single day consistently. I'd be lying really hard. But ideally, that's what I try to do. When I'm having a really good practice week, I'm hitting all 5 and sometimes 6 of those things consistently. I hope that helped. Nick the Slick 14 asked, what is a good practice habit to develop? Writing stuff down. I'd say this technique really changed my life. I'll show you my old book in undergrad. Here it is, Nathan's Practice Log. Open it, there's the Illuminati, and here you see a bunch of practicing stuff. I wrote the dates too, so this looks like January 2017. I was working on E-flat diatonic 7 chords, at that beats per minute, broken thirds, a palm key exercise I made up, major scales, harmonic minor scales, melodic minor scales, furling number 1, furling number 2, even an Alex Honlik 4th exercise, the Botsa. For whatever reason, I did not get to triad pairs this entire week. And it's kind of interesting, as I go on, the way I start writing stuff down changes. Looks like I was pretty consistent this week. Right here, I got annoyed, it seems, writing stuff down every day, so I would just write down my tempos. Then I wrote my jazz routine here. During this time, I was really obsessed with getting better low notes out on classical saxophone. More cleaner. If you play classical saxophone, you know how annoying low notes can be. As I go here, all I wrote were notes. It looks like I wrote a tally mark of the amount of reps I did on something. Oh, I remember it was the Botsa, the improvisation at Caprice. And so this book keeps going. Practice routine changed here. Right here, it looks like my handwriting got better. Started experimenting what did I just get to for the day. January 24th of the next year, I started experimenting writing the times. Right here, I don't know what I was doing, but looks like I was trying to address some chords here. May 2018, I was writing down what I did. Wrote down some tunes I wanted to work on that the school I was going to at the time played a lot. Wrote down questions for Alex Hahn lesson I was going to receive for my first time. It's kind of funny, I was trying something new, but I guess I gave up in the middle of it because it was just too much writing. Looks like I started doing the Sigurd Rascher top tones, overtones exercise for my first time. Really want to conceptualize the harmonic minor. More conceptualizing here. And this is just one book. I became sort of a book fanatic after a while. I started buying fancier books. I have another one. This one is, you might have seen in my 12-hour practice video. In this one, other than that video, I didn't even write what I was going to do. I just wrote what I did in my afterthoughts after doing them. So, I don't know if you're interested in this. You just pause it if you need to. Started getting really philosophical. Even at the end here, I tested a pin. Stopped writing in this because I got an iPad now. I just like the iPad because it can't crinkle in your book bag, and if for some reason it's lost, it's still stored in my iCloud. So there's a wonderful app called Good Notes, and you could store all kind of notes in here. Right now, here's my classical routine. I like to practice things slowly. I often go back to tempos that I conquered because can never really get enough of the fundamentals. Writing things out is articulating your thoughts. We can think all these things, but writing it some reason makes it more real. Whenever you write down, it's harder to forget it. So I'd really recommend writing down. I heard Sonny Rollins had a little bookshelves of just all kinds of stuff he wrote out. Not only that, I have many manuscript papers of just exercises or transcriptions that I wrote out, little etudes that I wrote out. Here's a transcription here. Here's me trying to get better at bass clef. Here's me trying to get better at sight reading. Charlie Parker confirmation transcription. And this book is literally full to the back. There's some homework I did, I guess my senior year of undergrad. More homework, Harold Land, Joy Spring transcription. Me trying to conceptualize dominant 7, sharp 11. And this is just book 1. There's another one, it's almost full. Here's a lick I stole from Caleb Arando, if that's how I'm saying your name right. Here's a song from an anime that I transcribed. Black Clover. Me trying to conceptualize something in 12 keys. After a while, I got the gist and I stopped writing. I don't write exercises or licks out much nowadays because I've noticed at first this was very necessary for me. I mean, there was just no way I could conceptualize this stuff. I'm a very visual learner. But after a while, you notice the tables start to turn and it's actually more inconvenient to write something out. It takes more time than to just try to commit it to memory and work it out till it's really ingrained. But I didn't just get there, which is why if a student wants to write something out, I totally let him. But really, everyone is different. Some people this completely prohibits them from learning. And some people, it's absolutely necessary. Okay, so that was a lot. Please understand that my opinion on things change so fast. I'm still learning. I'm by no means some oracle that you should take my advice, and I'm the all-encompassing truth. Saxophone, jazz, classical, so many people play it. There's so many good players. There's always more things to learn. So I hope that helped people as people are helping me. I started taking lessons with Patrick Bartley this semester, and it was already one of the best lessons I've ever had in my life. I have a feeling that these lessons are going to change my life. It just lets me know all over again that I really don't know that much. And it's a little scary that I have 154,000 people watching me. It's a lot of eyes, so I really don't want to put out bad information that I'll really regret later putting up. Even one time, I made a video about, does slow practice really work? Where I played something really slow 30 times in a row. And then I tried to play it full speed, and I couldn't play it. So I was like, slow practice is useless. And my undergrad professor saw that video at the time and told me to take it down. And I just trusted his wisdom. I was like, I don't need to take this down. Slow practice doesn't work. But oh, I'm so glad I trusted his wisdom because I really did not know what I was talking about. So I try to be really careful. I'm just one person. Take it as a mere suggestion. Get as many opinions as you can and create your own picture of your own truth. Oh, all right. Thank you for 154,000 subscribers. Have a good day.